Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about 4 steps or 4 levels of detachment. It's a concept I wrote down as a byproduct of my lessons in my life. And there are 4 major lessons that I've learned in this phase, and this video will help you to let go of any need to control the outcome, because there's something much bigger that is happening in the background. And I just want to remind you to notice those things, because it is happening to all of us, because there are degrees to manifestation. I know that you've heard about possibility to manifest anything in your life, but there's much deeper level to it. In ancient alchemy, there was many great teachers that were actually teaching that you don't need to manipulate the energy, you don't need to manifest what you want. More than anything, you need to discover what unfolds naturally and release the need to control or change it, but rather look at it from a point like what you can learn from the thing, who it is teaching you to become as righteous, as heartful, as truthful, virtuous person you can be, so you can be helpful, firstly for yourself, but also for people around you. So, what are the 4 levels of detachment? I will be speaking in practical and a bit of poetical language. That's how I express myself, and everything is kind of pre-written, because I was sitting down, I was writing so much these days. As me and Maya are currently on a road, we are traveling, we are road tripping towards Greece, and we've kind of already detached ourselves from most of the things that are happening on the world. We are most of the time living in nature, traveling by our camper van, so we are kind of free right now. And it gave us an opportunity to really reflect on, not just on our lives, but more than anything of how we think about how life is working, and to just experience everything from a deeper degree of awareness, less judging and more observing, like what is really, how everything is unfolding at this point. So the first step that I've learned when it comes to detachment is that after the work is done, you can only let circumstances to unfold by the power that is beyond your comprehension. So after the work is done, what I mean by that, I mean whatever you're doing. Let's say in my case, I'm making content, I'm creating art, and after I finish a painting and publish it and do everything that is in my power, I've done everything that I know I can do, then I need to let the higher power to take care of it, to reach it to the right people, to make it visible to the right person, and so on. This is beyond my control. I can do what is in my power to do, what is in access to my present knowledge, but what is not in my power to do, I can't control it, and therefore I need to learn to let go of any need. This is from my perspective, but you need to find out for yourself what is your work, what you're working on. And make sure that after the work is done, stop looking up when the results will appear, when whatever you want will happen. Strive towards doing your best at anything. Strive towards righteousness and practice faith for the outcome that will be fulfilling all your needs. And that's it, my friend. Strive towards doing your best at anything. Strive towards righteousness. Practice faith for the outcome that will be fulfilling all your needs. And if you have done your best, work on improving that best tomorrow and identify your flaws. Because you will notice how much of energy you're wasting when you're looking for the results and then complaining maybe when things are not happening, and you may find yourself in a dark mood because what you want is not happening. If you would invest all that energy into improving your work, 1 month from now you will be more skillful, you will be more acknowledged, and therefore you will be more practical and more aware of the potential improvements of your work that can make more incredible results than you could ever imagine. By identifying your flaws, you will notice what requires improvement, where you're lacking the right knowledge, where you're lacking the right skills, and so on. Because a good person is always practicing good deeds, good habits, right? And no one can stop you at being a good person. And authentic goodness is always rewarded by life. I'm not talking about being, unauthentically kind, like you're trying to be good and you're trying to do good things. Sometimes people say, well, I've done so much of goodness and it feels like I was punished by life. What Aristotle said about a good person, he said a good person is practicing good habits every single day. And that's what makes you a good person. You're not a good person just because you said some beautiful words to somebody. You're a good person when you're practicing virtues, when you're virtuous, when you are constantly upgrading your daily habits that are helping you and allowing you to be the greatest possible version of yourself. And that work is always rewarded by life. Actually, life is pushing you towards circumstances that would inspire you to improve your flaws. Because flaws are coming from conditioning. They're coming from your ancestors that require an upgrade in our understanding, in expansion of our concepts and ideas of how life works. So we can kind of improve ourselves in a sense that we become more righteous, that we become more open and aware, and in other words, we could say more conscious. So that is the first step. After the work is done, you can only let circumstances to unfold by the power that is beyond your comprehension. The second step is that there are degrees to your life that are far beyond your present understanding. But a part of you knows them. A part of you know what your current or what you currently need for your growth. And sometimes what you want is not what you need. By doing your best at anything, you're building skills. But you also need to let go of the work after the job is done and allow the higher power to take care of the circumstances for your highest possible good. And that is a practice of surrendering, as same as any other skill. So there are degrees to our lives, which means that sometimes what we want is not what we truly need for our growth. We've seen so many beautiful things around the world, something that other people have, and we may think like, I want that as well, because those people seem to be really, really happy when they have that kind of a car or that whatever. And it doesn't mean that it's good or bad, but sometimes what we want is not truly what we need, because we all have a potential of an incredible person, being truly incredible individual. But nobody knows what is your part to it, what is your unique mission here. And when you're focusing only on the certain wants that you have, like we could say dreams, you're dreaming about that thing, you're ignoring that bigger part to your life, something you're evolving into. There's a version of yourself that is kind of unfolding, that is expanding, that is becoming. Every time you go through something heavy and you let go of certain old patterns, a new version of yourself is emerging. But if you're focusing only on your wants and then you're trying to control everything so your wants would happen, you're maybe ignoring a bigger picture of what's happening. And this current phase may be a wonderful reminder for you to learn to do your best, build up the skills, but understand that it's not necessary that what you want is truly what you need for your transformation, for your growth. Because there are so many great things that are far beyond your present knowingness. There are so many wonderful blessings that are far beyond what you currently think that is good for you. Because often we don't know what is good for us until we experience something even greater, right? And this is just a reminder that sometimes what you want is not what you need. So also allow the things to unfold and practice surrendering. It's a skill like any other skill. Like when you are done with your job, with whatever you're doing, with your project, allow things to unfold. Practice surrendering with a great amount of faith that things will unfold the way that all your needs will be fulfilled. Things will unfold the way that all your needs will be fulfilled. That's all you need to know. And then the third step to surrendering is that the art of surrendering is the art of enjoying the present season. The art of surrendering is the art of enjoying the present season. As the spring transitions into the summer, your present season will transition into the next one that may be more flourishing or even darker than the present one. Depends of your ability to see value of this season and hopefully noticing who it is inspiring you to become. And then there's a poetic quote like, at some point you have to let go of the old skin to grow a new one. It's something I wrote today. And this third part to surrendering is teaching us that we need to learn to enjoy the season we are in right now. And I know it feels hard sometimes for many of us, especially when you have this high expectations for yourself and you're saying like, I don't have all those things, how can I enjoy what I have? And that's where life is reminding you to learn to be more humble, learn to appreciate what you have, learn to appreciate maybe you're healthy right now. Some of people are not. Maybe you have two legs that are functioning well and you're not able to appreciate that. Maybe you have healthy brain and you can think clearly. Some people don't have that. You have two pair of eyes, you can see clearly. Some people don't have that ability. Whatever it is, maybe you have people around you that love you. Maybe you have a pet that is really playful and joyful and beautiful. And I know it sounds like a cliche for many people, but that's how we learn to live in the truth. Because social media and everything has poisoned us to live in a certain false perception that we'll only be happy and we'll only be able to enjoy life when we will get what we want. But like I said, sometimes what we need is not what we want. And to open up for everything that may fill up all our needs, we need to learn to enjoy more. And it's just about, recognizing how to enjoy what we have right now. And I was in the phase in my life, in the past, where I was broke and I could say, well, it's hard for me to enjoy because I don't even know how will I pay my bills. But art helped me to surrender. When I've started painting, I've let go of any need, any thought of what I should do and what I need to take care of in the future. I've learned to enjoy in the process. So I want you to find something that helps you to completely let go of anything. It doesn't mean that you stop caring of how will you take care of those things. A part of you, like I said before, needs to keep constantly upgrading yourself, but you need to learn to enjoy where you are right now. This is a must. This is something you must learn. And then the fourth one, the last step towards the art or mastering the art of detachment, is to express yourself when you feel triggered by certain scenarios of your current season that awaken fearful thoughts that are looking forward to eat you alive. Only when you give voice to them, you can release it. Be willing to talk about what is bothering you and concerning you, not in a complaining way, even if it may feel like that at the beginning. Eventually you will become more objective around what is happening, and whole that process will become easier for you to find practical and beneficial solutions to embody more of freedom and grace. And my friend, that is a noble work of a warrior who's done with being a food for his or her demons, right? At this point, it is healthy for you to have someone who loves you and is willing to listen to you and give you a warm hug of understanding and support. That's just something, I've learned, because when we're triggered, it's really unpleasant. When something scary may happen and we are afraid that the worst case scenario may happen, sometimes we feel like that. And in the modern teachings of law of attraction, you may often hear like, if you will think negative thoughts, you will manifest negative results. But if you don't express your concerns, you suppress them, right? If you don't express them, you suppress them. It's not about what we are expressing, but how we are expressing it. Are we complaining about it, or are we objectively thinking about it? That is a huge difference that often we misunderstand. So when you have a person, someone who's willing to listen to you and be that warm friend who gives you a sense of acceptance and understanding, it may be your coach, it may be your therapist, it may be someone who loves you to such a degree that is willing to listen to you through what you are going through. And it actually feels really good when you have someone like that. And I want to encourage you to find one. If you feel like you don't have a person who's willing to listen to what you're moving through, not in a complaining way, because many people are complaining about anything and it's not helpful. But when we're objectively expressing our concerns, our worries, we are not just releasing them, but we are also identifying more of this darker part of us that is controlling most of our behaviors. And when you identify your darkness, it's not a weakness, but a path towards freedom. When you notice what is bothering you, and you express it in an objective way, like let's say you say to that friend of yours or to your partner, like, I'm really afraid because, so many things in my life are not going this way, and I'm afraid that this may happen, and I don't know what to do, and I feel really scared, or whatever it is. You will notice that if you are expressing it not in a complaining way, you will notice that at the same time you've expressed the thoughts, a moment of clarity may hit you. Like, the moment we experience goosebumps and an energy travels upwards through our spine, and we notice that a release happened. You've expressed it. Most of your life you've been suppressing it because people were saying to you, hey, be positive. But you need to pull out what is bothering you, what you don't want to hold within anymore. And then do what feels right. Then set up goals and remind yourself what you will be working on in that next chapter, and make a vision and work on that. Work on surrendering. Every single day we are learning a bit more of this work. And in my work, this is something that is truly, truly important. Because we can't become who we are meant to be if we are just thinking about what we want. We also need to learn to open up and see who we are becoming as we are detaching from all those mental needs and noticing more of what is kinda unfolding naturally, and who we are becoming as we are letting go of the ideas of who we should be, and we rather see like what part of us is awakening, what feels the most righteous, what is our inner truth that needs to come out, and who we feel that we truly are meant to be in this life, what we are meant to do, and how to be practical about it, how to be productive about it, and how to make sure that every single day we are striving towards being an even better person, practicing even better habits, doing even better at whatever we're doing, just so we can leave behind the toxicity and anything that was holding us in the shadow. My friends, I hope you found something valuable in today's video. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Till next time, stay beautiful, and thanks to all of you for supporting my art in our Etsy shop. I draw my passion. You're all truly appreciated. Stay wonderful, and one love.